audio, and that means it's time for me to hit this button in 3, 2, 1.
Can you say Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Say Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I thought we were doing a Zoom thing.
The morning stream. The morning stream.
The morning stream. We just wanted more fish. They wouldn't give us any more fish.
The morning stream. The morning stream.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the morning stream. It is Monday, March 29th, 2021. Scott Johnson here. Brian Ibbett there. Good morning, Brian.
Hello, Scott. Happy Monday to you.
Yeah! Woo! Monday! Nah, it's just kind of dumb. It's not a good day. It's okay. It's all right. It's just a day, you know? It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But we're here, and that makes it a big deal, I suppose. Thank you for joining us. We don't often call them out right off the top of the bat, but our live audience is always the best, so thanks for being here, everybody.
They really are, yeah.
Yeah.
They're cheerful, sunny. It looks like most of them have had more coffee than I've had.
Yeah, I'm feeling a
And
little
that's-
slow today. I should have some caffeine. Don't have
Yeah.
any tea. No tea, just got water. That's it. So, I got but I do have my so you think you've got the talent to be America's next top podcasting idol thermos unit.
Right.
So I got this if I need
Yes.
it. So I can fill that.
It's to make it so that, you know, when you and Jenny and Justin are sitting at that table judging people, it looks even more like American Idol with
That's
the Coke,
right. That's
the
right.
Coca-Cola cups in front of them.
I also got this backstage pass. What is it? What do I actually get with this? What kind of
Zilch.
debauchery?
Absolutely nothing. It's
man.
you know, you put that on your lanyard, you hang it on your wall, and then in a month you say, why do I have this? And then you give it away as a prize somewhere.
I'm checking your QR code. Works as intended. Took me right to the site. And,
Good. Whew.
oh, except it says not secure, and then there's nothing on there. Just a white thing.
Good.
Nice. So again, working as intended. Nice job.
Working
Nice
as intended. Well, that's weird. I'll have to check that because the main site has got an SSL certificate. I wonder what that's taking you to.
I don't know why the the QR codes have. I don't know how those work. How do QR codes work? You make one and
You
it
just
works?
basically you take a URL, use a QR code builder, you point it to that URL. So I don't know. I wonder what URL, because I thought I'd send it to the homepage, but that's clearly not the homepage.
Well, it says it's the domain. Hold on. Yeah, America's Next Top Podcaster.com. It's just not sending it to HTTPS. And also, the main thing is there's just nothing there. It just says, designed by Coverville Media, a logo, and a white blank space.
Cool. Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad it's nobody's going to use those stupid lanyards for anything then.
I love it. I want to make QR codes, but I don't know what for. I don't know why I would need one.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
I have a friend in Hollywood, lives in Hollywood, Tim Coyne, who got a QR code tattoo for his website, his podcast and website and stuff. And
so that's cool. You could walk up to that dude, take a picture of his arm, and get his
right,
his
and then
stuff.
get his QR code. Have you been to many restaurants since the pandemic, Scott?
Not really. I really haven't. Do they do that a lot? Do they?
Every freaking restaurant now that you go to, the menu is a QR code on your table, usually glued to the table, like laminated onto the table, or a little signed tent thing on the table.
Yeah.
And you use your phone, you scan the QR code, and then you've got the menu. And it's funny because I think prior to the pandemic, QR codes were kind of becoming like Crocs and parachute pants. It's like, all right, the QR codes have had their day. And then all of a sudden the pandemic came. It's like, oh, QR codes are cool again. All right, we like QR codes.
Yeah, they seem useful now. So I suspect.
So instead of blaming other countries for the virus, for the pandemic, let's blame Big QR, because I think they might be behind it.
yeah, Big QR with their multinational freaking Illuminati bullshit they're always up to, those QR
That's right.
people.
That's
Hey,
right.
it's good to be here, everybody. Hope you had a nice weekend. Mine was, it was all right. It was okay. I had a day off yesterday, so that was good. I'll take that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
small victories.
you've now figured your schedule out to do have your Sundays free, right?
Yeah, the problem is often something will get pushed. Like somebody on
either we'll have to push a film sack, or you'll have to
Sure.
push a Dungeons, or
Yeah, TWBD sometimes like, oh, we gotta do it Sunday. I'm like, okay, but then what usually happens is it all happens. They never happen at the same time, so there ends up being at least one of those two things on Saturday and Sunday. So anyway, but this weekend was nice because the whole Sunday, big wide open Suez Canal, nobody blocking it with their dumb ship. You know, it was ready to go.
yeah.
I heard that thing got refloated today. That's a word.
Floated where the where the ships float.
Where the containers float.
The shallow end of the Suez Canal where the ships float.
It says right here, let me see if I can find it. Partially refloated is what they say.
Cool.
And that means it's
Well,
moving a little.
That's
so.
an optimistic, right? It's as opposed to partially sunk or partially
Yeah.
would be partially refloated, and then the other what's the opposite of pessimist would say partially still stuck on the ground or something.
still blocking all trade.
Still
in the
partially
Suez Canal.
blocking.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I keep hearing, I didn't realize this, but the Suez Canal is just a lot of empty nothing, right? Like on both sides, it's just like a big desert around there. And so the crews on these ships and stuff, they like need food and things. Like they can't just go somewhere. They can't just we're
there's
getting
no
off the boat.
DoorDash or Grubhub nearby that they
Right.
can order from. or
Right, you
anything
can't
like that.
wander up the street to a Taco Bell, and it doesn't work
Well,
that
you
way.
just got to start cracking open those containers and see if any of them are filled with hot Takis or something, and start snacking.
Yeah, there's nothing I can think of I'd rather do than be on a big, stuffy, stinky ship with a bunch of dudes eating Takis. Ugh.
Eating Takis with
Yeah.
like 3 bathrooms between all of you. Yeah.
It's freaking gnarly, man. But anyway, good luck to them. I guess refloating is good, and that's progress. So
Yeah.
congrats to
Yeah.
them. All right, we've got some things to talk about. I have a quick observation, and then we can kind of move forward here. A lot of talk. I've talked about it on the show before, but there's been a lot of back and forth about this. The NFTs, the non-fungible tokens.
Yeah.
And
Fungible. Still love fungible.
Fungible's a pretty great word. But all the talk and all the gibber yab from in the art, especially in art circles, has been kind of deafening. It's just everybody's talking about it, and the conversation is either, dude, NFTs are the future, or shut up with your NFTs. Like those are the two tenors of the conversation. And I'm starting to get a vibe from pro NFT people. It feels very like keto, your friend that does keto or CrossFit or anybody who's got a thing where they think it solves every problem they've got. And now all they want to do is tell you about it and then tell you why you're wrong about anything else you think and that they're right about everything.
When you buy a brand new hammer, suddenly everything looks like a nail.
So it's a little like, somebody told me yesterday,
Yeah.
blockchain bros is what they're called. And that's these guys that are just
It makes
like,
sense.
it's the future,
Because
man.
the people who are into cryptocurrency, who are really into cryptocurrency, I mean, you and I are probably kind of passingly into crypto. I don't know, maybe more than just passingly, but we're wherever you're doing like a PayPal thing, or no, somebody else is doing a PayPal thing every week,
Oh,
buying Bitcoin or
I
something.
don't know who that is. That's not me.
But you did go and-
I currently own nothing in any cryptocurrency of any
Oh, I
kind.
thought you did. I thought last week you had moved some money around. To
No,
get
I was
some-
trying to, and it was a nightmare.
Trying to.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was a nightmare. I couldn't get it to go, and I finally just freaking gave up. And I may have given up. It may have been good that I gave up. Because it's a real mess right now, and all I'm hearing is like there's these stories coming back, people getting massively scammed, like just a mess in some cases, and in other cases it's people going, yeah man, yeah bro, you just don't understand how it works, man, you just got to get your head around the blockchain. What you do, man, it's the world, it's the whole world. Like it's just this blaring noise that I had to start muting people on Twitter who I normally like to follow because I love their artwork, but my gosh, they won't shut up about NFT. Like, just shut up about it. Like, we get it. You sold an animated GIF for a bunch of Ethereum, and now you're maybe rich. You're
now
fake
you're
rich.
swimming in Ethereum.
Yeah, you're swimming in Ethereum. You got Ethereum coming out of your ears. But
It's
whatever.
like Scrooge McDuck diving into a vault filled with question marks.
Yeah, basically. So I'm sitting this out for a bit, guys. I'm gonna let it ride. I don't know what's happening over there. You guys are freaking me out, is what I'm saying. You're all freaking me out. So calm down, sit down, have some nice sip of water or something, breathe.
Yeah.
I don't want to, anytime there's any kind of big gold rush like this, the scammers come out of the woodwork like crazy. They just all, how can I screw everybody? And I don't want to get screwed. So
You know what I do when I need that break, Scott? I look at this right here. Oh, look at that.
Look at
right
that.
there.
Do you guys even know what that is? Not a tribble.
I know it does. It's it looks like like the white pattern kind of looks like a small seedling breaking through the ground for the first time.
Brian's baking again. This is his newest cake. And,
That's right, exactly.
yeah, we're for those at home who don't know what we're doing. We're looking at the kitty
that's true.
cam
Yeah,
here.
it's we're looking at the cat who's turned into a complete circle.
Yeah.
And again, her impersonation of the Firefox icon.
Yeah. Brian was originally going to call this the pussy cam, but we talked him out of it. That was a dangerous decision. We thought.
Still can do it. Still can do it.
You still can. I as your lawyer, I advise against it. That's what I'm saying. All right. We got a quick email I wanted to read. This is from a local who goes by the name Leanne, probably because that is their name. She says, "Hello, Sake and Barbera. So I'm a Japanese alcoholic beverage. You are half of the team that brought us
the Flintstones.
Dino Dogs, or no? What's the who is the
The Blue Falcon and Dynamite?
maybe that? But what am I thinking of? There's one where the dog was Deputy Dog. Remember Deputy Dog? I may be the only person that remembers Deputy Dog.
What a weird. Are you talking about?
It was old. Deputy Dog. Hold on. I'll look it right up. Here we go.
Like he was in that Snagglepuss and.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It went for, this is really old. I guess I only saw reruns. 59 to 79. Or maybe I saw some new ones. Anyway, yeah, there was a dog called Deputy Dog, played by Dayton Allen.
Oh, yeah. Wore the vest and that dumb hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty dumb.
Totally not Hanna-Barbera, made by Terry Toons.
Oh, oops. Yeah, I got that wrong. It feels like one of those, though, doesn't it?
It does feel like one of those because it looks like Top Cat.
Yeah.
Right? Top Cat was like the cat version of that.
Yeah. It's a bad cartoon, is what I'm saying.
And Top Cat was Barbera. I don't know what's the sake in Barbera though. Is there an alcohol called Barbera?
I don't understand what that reference is, but I'll take it. We'll take it. But so Brian, you're half of Hanna-Barbera. Well done.
Gotcha. Oh, Barbera kind of grapes. Maybe that's it.
Oh, maybe.
It's, rice wine and grapes used to make wine.
Well, maybe it's a hint because here's how the rest of this email goes. It says, I'm a longtime
all right.
listener from Sandy, Utah. It's where I grew up, I was born there. Mm-hmm. And I often hear the phrase, when I get around to it. Well, you may be happy to hear there is one shipping to each of you from Amazon, and it should arrive next week, March 29th through April 2nd. No more excuses. Love the show, though, Leanne. I don't know what she's talking about or what's coming. What's coming?
I suspect... And I'm trying to decide, should I tell you? I mean, I know because I used to have one of these as a kid.
Oh, I don't know. Should I be, I don't know. Is it spoilery to tell me? I don't know.
It's funny. It's a very funny pun thing that I will let arrive and let you enjoy it.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil you.
All right. Well, Leanne, whatever it is, you're awesome.
Yeah, there was a restaurant here that gave those as coupons. Like it was a thing that they used as coupons. I won't say again. I'm gonna try and be vague, but what she's sending us is something that restaurants out here. There was a restaurant that used to give those out.
Really? I have no idea. I thought that might help
if it's what I'm expecting, yes.
Yeah. What if it's not? Yeah. I don't want to know. I'll hold off.
Yeah.
No more hints. No hints, everybody. Y'all in the chat, shut up. Yes, guns, Aloria, for real. Guns.
Guns. Yeah.
If there's anything we need right now, is more guns. Hey, Brian, you played Gloomhaven. How'd that go?
Yeah, so we got together on Saturday. with Nikki and Clark and played Gloomhaven again, Jaws of the Lion. We are on campaign 4, and we started the day on campaign 4, and we ended the day on campaign 4 because
Jeez.
it apparently the difference in level difficulty between campaign 3 and campaign 4 is significant enough that you should know really well how to play your characters at the end of campaign 3, so that when you do start the next campaign, it's not as difficult.
4 is not messing around. It sounds like
4 is not messing around. 4 we got wiped out, and I was thinking, God, this feels like playing WoW when you're going through a dungeon or a raid, and you're dealing with a new boss. And then last night, we're going through a raid, and we were going to the Dance Revolution boss, and we were banging our heads against that one.
Oh, that's fun. That's good though. So your whole day was that stuff. That's
well,
great.
my whole weekend, because Saturday was Gloomhaven, and then after this was great. So after Gloomhaven, the 4 of us went to Golden to a speakeasy and watched Dean
Martin.
I know him in the chat room as Dino Spumoni. Dean, he's a Tadpoler, lives south of Denver, and came up and was performing cello in the speakeasy in Golden right by my house.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And so we went and we hung out there, and we had some really weird drinks, and we watched him perform.
So what's a speakeasy like during COVID? What are you doing there? Do they have the rules and the whatnot?
They all have the rules, you know. This one was good. They had the tables were fully blocked between them by plexiglass. So you walk in, they sanitize the crap out of the table, you sit down, and then the table next to you and all the tables around you, you've got a wall of plexiglass that surrounds you. Really, really good. And
it's the opposite of speaking easy, though, right?
Yeah, I guess. It's all about the prohibition and stuff. I guess it would make it really hard to dash out of there when the coppers arrive to bust your bootlegging operation. Yeah. But we also didn't have to say a password to a little slidey window in the door. Although apparently they do have one at the other entrance, and we didn't see it.
Oh, that makes sense though, because those places revel in the theme.
Yep. So this is a place that distills a lot of their own liquor. I had a violet, like a violet liqueur.
That sounds fancier than it probably is.
It was pretty fancy. It was purple, and it was made from, it's like a distilled grape whiskey kind of thing. Yeah. We had gin that they distilled there, a curacao, and absinthe.
Wow.
I got them in 4 little glasses all excuse me, 4 little glasses all next to each other.
Did you guys how do you feel now? Are you hungover?
I feel fine. I felt fine Sunday morning too.
Oh, that's right. Brian holds his liquor pretty well, you guys. I know this for a fact.
I think I do. There have been some film sacks that have been in the morning after a after a night of that maybe I wasn't fully 100%, but
you're
usually, if I know I've got film sack in the morning, I usually don't rip it up the night before.
You were pretty saucy after you jumped off the Space Needle thing.
Oh, the stratosphere.
Yeah, the stratosphere. Brian jumps off the stratosphere, and so now he's got a combination of like extreme adrenaline from his thing.
and booze.
Yes. Right. Yes. So that night, I'm not sure I've ever seen you quite as tipsy as I that.
No, I think that was the night that we went to the karaoke place too, and Jerry and I did some sort of duet standing on the table. I'm thinking. I can't remember. I'm sure somebody has a video of it.
There's probably something. And then there's that famous video of your crazy neighbor, or you over the crazy neighbor that you what was that called on Twitter? Used it all the time.
Periscope?
Periscoped all night. Now it's in the ether. No one will ever see it again.
Bashed my head. And
yeah, it was good stuff. But most of the time, Brian is
most of the time I hold my... Hey, listen, I still held my liquor well that night.
Oh, nope. Yeah, you don't let it escape.
Exactly. I held lots of it.
Yeah. Held on to it for dear life. All right. Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. I want to play Gloomhaven is the bottom line. I need to play that damn thing.
You should.
How long did it take? What was the session length?
we played for 3 hours, 4 hours maybe. And the other problem was that it was a month since our last Gloomhaven session, and we had to remind ourselves a few of the things. Plus, we were using a new iPad Gloomhaven helper tool that does a lot of the automation of the enemy attacks. Really, really good. Helps out tremendously, and big thanks to Michael Haley for recommending that. However, learning the technology, relearning how we play the game, and all that stuff added to that 4 hours. So,
all right, I have audio of Brian drinking at this speakeasy. Ready?
Do you?
Here
Okay,
it is,
yeah.
right here.
We're doing Falcon.
There it is.
That's about right. Yeah, that was. I can smell the absinthe right now.
Take the paint off your car. All right. Excellent. Well, hey, everybody, guess what time it is? Yeah, that's right. You may have heard of it before, and I'm not ready for it. So hold on a second. Here we go. Okay, I'm getting there. We are going to play Babel Royale with you and with Brian Dunaway, who I have to add to this call. And I'm a little slow here today because I was having fun with your story, and now I can't. Okay, there we go. Dunaway. Okay. He's coming in hot, as they say. And
how many times, by the way, in describing that new Disney Plus show, do you call it the Falcon and the Snowman?
I don't think I ever have. I think I may have said to Kim, Falcon and the Fat Man is like a bad combo thing. But yeah, I really like that last episode. We're going to talk about it with Schleicher today, but
yes, we are. Yeah,
super into that show. All right, Brian Dunaway joining us shortly. Hold on, where's this thing? Here we go. Brian joins us all the way from South Carolina, as he does every Monday and Wednesday. Hello, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hi. It's nice to hear
How
your
are
voice.
you guys doing? Well, I haven't
Good.
talked to you guys in days.
Yeah.
When we commiserated around the crap hole that was the 1994 film The Shadow. Remember we did that?
Yeah. Yeah. I try not to remember, but it stays.
That
in my
was great.
let me test you. The sun is shining.
I don't
Also
remember.
in my butthole. No, that's not it.
Perfect. Good. All right. Good. I have a job for you now.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that movie except it was a really fun film sack, and that's all that matters. So
Yes.
So go listen to that. We had a good time. All right. Well, Dunaway, it's good to have you here. We're going to play Babel Royale, and we're going to do it with a listener who's on the line right now.
But the ice is slippery.
Oh.
Yeah,
I wanted to get the real one in there.
Yeah.
Didn't think I know it.
Did you go look it up or something?
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to get in, but I was letting Scott finish talking. He's talking.
Yeah, I'm a yapper. I fill the air. That's what I
Shut
do.
up.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let's fill the air with one more voice. We have a listener on the line. Hi, who's this?
This is Don from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Well, hello, Don from Cincinnati, Ohio. You
Don.
sound magnificent, man. We don't usually get
No kidding. Sounds like you're in the room with us. What are you doing in the room with us?
Yeah, that's intense. Well, it's good to have you here. Welcome back. No, that's welcome back, Cotter. What am I trying? I was trying to do
Welcome back.
WKRP and I did it wrong. Anyway, hey, Brian, do you want to explain to Don how this works and what he might win today?
That's right, Scott. It's time to play the Tadpoley Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian will have to predict the answers that they gave us. It's Scott and Brian's job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Don, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian to help win those prizes. If your team wins, you get a prize package that includes a couple Steam games courtesy of Wesley, Iris, and the Giant, and Yakuza Kiwami 2.
That a real thing?
Yakuza Kiwami 2.
That's weird. It's not part of the Is it the Yakuza games? I know those.
I don't think it doesn't look like it's part of the Yakuza game, but
okay. I'm interested in this.
but it's the sequel to the ever popular Yakuza Kiwami 1.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, sign me up
Yes.
then.
Oh.
My body is ready.
I hope so.
For some reason, this is asking for passwords again. Well, I'll just figure it out. Keep talking. Keep going. I'll figure it out.
All right. That's your prizes, and
I got it now. We're good. It's working
Okay,
now.
good.
Yeah, we're good. I'm gonna be purple today. Is what I'll be. Is purple.
Should we maybe we should pin the username and password in that chat we have.
Ooh, that would be.
That's not a bad
so
idea.
Smart.
idea.
Because I just realized what
Maybe
happened. I changed.
Maybe Microsoft will add that feature one
Maybe.
day.
I know what happened. I changed browsers and don't have the password in the new browser. So I just opened the old
changed
browser.
my trousers too.
Yeah, change your trousers each and every day. Well,
all right. Let's see here. 100 and how many people answered this one? So many people answered this one. I don't even have the number in front of me. Like 500. 500 Tadpoolers answered. Top 10 answers on the board. Name something you had in your high school senior photo that you don't have today.
Gummit! I clicked it like 5 minutes ago.
This happens every time to you. Okay. Sorry, Brian threw me off. Can you say the question one more time?
What?
Oh,
Come
stuff
on.
that's not in there anymore. Stuff that's not in there anymore, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So if I went to get a yearbook today, it would not have black and white photos.
What the? Did you even listen to the question? See,
Yes.
he just said whatever.
I know.
He just said whatever.
I'm not even gonna help. Like what? All right. So Brian, 10 answers still on the board. Name something you had in your high school senior photo that you don't have now.
Yeah,
Right.
black and
And
white
I was-
photos is a good question. Is a good answer.
Right.
We had black and white
I-
photos.
it-
You didn't
And-
have black in your,
Yes, we
in your
did.
high school senior photo.
We had no
They don't
color.
have-
We
they
had
don't- and they
no
don't have it
color
anymore.
photos. Hold on. We had
That
no.
doesn't
We had
make
no.
any
Blah, blah, blah.
sense.
Shut up for a second. We had no color in our yearbook because we were
And now
cheap.
you still don't have color in your yearbook. What's your point?
My point is, we were cheap, and so now when you see a yearbook, they're all full color. Ours didn't have color. I'm saying it's a valid answer.
You're saying that you've added to it, not taken away. I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
even though I know this is over 500 people, I think the Tadpool still skews heavily male, and I am gonna say hair. Do I have to be more specific?
You don't show me hair.
Wait.
Number one answer on the board.
I think I don't understand this question.
I think you didn't understand the question either. Name something you
I
had
think you
in
listened a little
your
too
high
fast on
school
that
senior
buzzer.
photo that you don't have
Oh,
now. So I
that
asked,
I personally have.
yeah, name
Ow.
something you had in your high school senior photo that you don't have now. The presence of the word "you" twice in that, and the word "your."
Yeah, but when you say you don't have them now, boy, you see that we don't have those
Yeah,
anymore.
but I didn't say "yeah." I said "you." Didn't use a colloquialism. All right,
okay.
so you said hair, and I'm going to give a little caveat here. What do I want to say here? Don't eliminate any thoughts of hair.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, because I there's a couple of there's plenty of memes, especially for our generation,
Exactly.
that could apply. So I get help this time, right? Though.
You
so
do. You get
yeah.
you're joined now by our special guest, Don from Cincinnati. Don, you're going to be working with Brian Dunaway, who's living on the air in South Carolina.
See, someone got the reference right. Well done.
Uh-huh.
Excellent.
All right, so you guys obviously are. I'm clicking the play button for you. You guys are going to be playing, or be
Right.
first playing. All right, name something that people in the Tadpool had in their high school senior photo that they don't have now.
I wanted to say I know I hair because I meant like hair or lack of hair, but I definitely think something like hairstyling, like either bouffant hair or mullet or perm. What do you
Yeah,
What do you
okay.
think? Do you think one of those three would fit in? I definitely know of my generation, which I think a lot of the people
Yeah,
in Tadpool.
problem
Well, I think
was-
we're all in the same generation, but
Yeah.
I would say
Right,
more
yeah,
like a
so-
leather jacket or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think? You think something else?
Yeah, leather jacket.
Oh, a letter jacket. That's a very good one. We'll go with letter jacket, Ibbets.
Okay. All right. Show me letter jacket.
Oh
Number
man,
5
I'm
answer.
surprised that's
Closed.
on there.
A lot of people
Whoa.
said like this gold chain.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Button fly
Button-up
collars.
shirt, parachute
Yeah.
pants, whatever. So that I had to generalize as clothes.
You didn't have parachute pants in the photos.
Sure you did.
Yearbook.
Sure
Maybe
you
like
did.
some of the candidates, I suppose.
Yeah, that's
well,
what
I
I
mean,
mean.
senior photos, some of those were full standing shots, usually leaning
Oh,
up
that's
against
true.
a tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. But we
That's
only
true.
gave, you think your school is cheap. We only gave that to the ones who won the special awards, like most likely to
really?
succeed. Most
Yeah.
likely to be wearing these pants again in 20 years.
Most likely to have enough money to afford the big picture in the section of the yearbook.
Yeah, there was definitely a
I'm
class
gonna-
breakdown.
Right. I'm going to say something else that a lot of high schoolers had to endure. I'm going to say stuff like braces. What do you think,
Sounds good. Sounds
John? Yeah. How about braces? We're
right.
going with braces. Face brace.
Face metal. Show me braces.
Yes.
Number 7 answer on the board.
Damn it.
Kind of concerning me that 2 and 3 and 4 hasn't been hit yet, which makes me think that we're missing something.
So Brian,
big.
what about acne?
Oh,
yeah.
that's a good one. That's
Yeah.
a good one. Yes, acne.
Although acne's a lie because they tell you you're never going to get zits when you're older. You get them all the time. It's stupid.
Especially if some people get older acne.
Yeah.
They
I've never
get,
had it. Yeah.
elderly acne.
Elderly acne.
Elder acne.
acne. Old people acne. Wash your
All
face.
right. All right. Show me acne, pimples, zits, something along those lines. Yeah.
Acne,
number
look at
3
that.
answer on the board is acne.
Wow.
They're not hearing the ding? Oh,
No. Oh, they're not?
I heard the
Oh,
ding.
I know why.
No.
Sorry, everybody. I'll fix it. I turned
Ding.
off. It's
just
it's
make
an
the
old.
noise
I
for 'em.
changed browsers, so
Make
anyway.
some noise.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I still want to roll back to the hair thing. I think, but I just don't know how to define it. You know what I mean?
Just say bouffant.
A bouffant. A bouffant hair.
Yeah.
How about hairdo? Would hairdo?
Well, everyone has a hairdo. It's always hairdos. Well,
No.
what am
I
saying?
mean,
Go ahead
if
and
you
do
part
hairdo.
your hair, if you part your hair down the middle, that's not a hairdo. You just
butt
have
cut?
hair. You just have hair on your head. You part it to the side. That's not a hairdo. Once again, you
When
just
does it
parted your
become?
hair.
When does it become a do?
When you put
When you
products
do
on it. when you place product upon the hair,
Okay.
whether it be hairdo
So
or
gel or
don't.
whatever.
right,
Okay.
All right.
That's,
All right.
I
So
like
something
that.
along those lines. I think I know what you're saying.
right.
Show me something along the lines of what Brian Dunaway was trying to describe.
Number
Yeah.
There
two.
you
hairstyle.
go.
Color, mullet, bangs, lots of mullets
Yes.
in the Tadpool.
I know. I've met the tadpole.
Mhm.
There's still a lot of mullets. You can cut the mullet off, but that phantom mullet exists forever.
I got bad news
It's a
for y'all.
mullet.
It's back in a big way. I got nieces
Yeah.
and nephews who are all in that age, and they're mulleting right back to Mullet Town.
mullet in.
Yeah.
Now,
Really?
all-
Mullets are back?
Yep.
Yeah. You know what else is coming back again? Hey man, we all had an earring in our ear.
Yeah.
When you were-
Oh,
Did
yeah.
we?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I know this is kind of skewing towards guys, but that was my experience.
I missed
But,
one. I missed that phase. I didn't have one.
Yeah, I'm good. But I know a lot of girls had nose rings and earrings. So I'm going to say face jewelry. Face jewelry.
That's a good generalization. Show me face metal.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12th to 13th on the list was like earrings, nose rings, things like that. So it was an answer, but not a top 10 answer.
Dope.
Scott, control finally goes over to you. Now you understand the question a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do. It's still hard though.
It
In
is.
some ways I want to be general, in other ways I want to be specific. But
You can think both directions, and you might land on something.
yeah. Let's do. And this can be anything in the yearbook. It doesn't have to be just these pictures.
Something
it can be
in your high school senior photo that you don't have.
Hey, no, not just anywhere in the yearbook.
No, what I
Page
mean by that,
numbers.
is there are other photos of me in my yearbook. Those don't count, right?
Those don't count.
Okay.
Those don't count. So think your high school senior photo, something that you had when that picture was
And
taken that
I
you
can-
don't have now.
All right.
I don't know if I've ever actually seen Scott's high school photo, but I can see it in my mind's eye. It
I'm
is
guessing
like
he was
this.
leaning up against a tree.
No,
'cause-
He
I
was-
didn't do one of those.
No. He was well dressed up, I'm sure. Had the tuxedo
No.
outfit maybe on.
No, I think I was bumming it pretty hard.
Oh, okay. But you did have like short hair up top that was almost, it was short enough that it was almost spiky. Is
Yeah,
that-
kind of in the back, and I had a
Yeah.
mullet in the back. So
a little bit long hair in the back. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally can see that.
very long hair in the back.
And a big
all right,
stupid grin face.
Let's do. Let's just say glasses. I have a feeling a lot of
Oh.
people
Went to contacts.
would go to
Makes
contacts, so glasses.
Yeah.
Or LASIK or something. All right.
Yeah.
Show me glasses.
Good.
Yep.
Oh,
Glasses,
look at
contact
that.
lenses. Yep. Number 4 answer on the board.
All right.
Very good.
Popped up collars, or is that under clothes?
That would fit under clothes. Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of
Popped-up
polo
collars.
t-shirts.
Pop collars.
All right.
That- Those come with popped up colors.
Yeah, what are you now singing the Parents That Don't Understand song in your head now?
That's right.
Is that what you're doing?
That's always playing in my head. Are you kidding? All right, let's do.
Go home, smell you later.
I'll just say. This is hard at this point.
It is hard. Yeah.
Like at this stage, what else is in that damn photo? Nothing. I don't know. Honest, I'll just make one up. Hitler mustache. I can't think of anything.
We'll call that facial hair. Show me
Yes.
facial hair.
That was what I was going to do next. Really, I'm
Yeah.
glad I didn't do
Yeah.
it.
Well,
that
because-
was on my list.
That's because nobody
Was
could
on-
grow it then, or they tried.
Yeah, right. Like we had a lot of peach fuzz, like 3 or 4
Yeah,
people
yeah.
with peach fuzz, and yeah.
Right.
there you
Damn.
go.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, John. So
Back to you guys.
let's think here. All right. So
All right.
now I went to a high school in the South, and we all brought our guns with us. So I'm going to say, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay, good.
I already did
What
clothes.
about car?
Car?
Oh, did you have a car? Oh, that's not. I wonder if a
I don't
car
know.
in your senior photo.
Or a musical instrument.
Oh yeah, that's
Ah,
not bad.
there you go. Yes, a lot of people did do their musical instrument in it.
Yeah,
That's a good one. That I've seen that done.
I have.
All right, we're gonna go with what is a musical instrument in your high school photo?
Musical instrument of any sort.
Oh,
Yeah. Number
man.
11, by the way. Number 11 answer. Lots of
Saxophone.
saxophones, snare
Yes.
drums. Yeah, or
Yes.
drumsticks, trumpet.
Good answers though.
And I included band uniform as part of instruments.
Oh, nice.
Boy, my son is going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Right.
So hold on. If I
All
said
right, back over to you, Scott.
if I said smile, that's too general, right? I can't do that.
No, but I love that ironic, sarcastic
Yeah.
answer.
I
I,
used
love
to
that.
smile.
yeah,
I was
mean, that's
happier
a good
then.
thing to think along those lines. I'm not going to tell you yes or no, but
Right.
start thinking along those lines for some of the remaining answers here. Is not
Okay. Tongue sticking out then.
Okay.
Tongue
okay.
sticking out. Sticking your tongue out.
okay. Show me tongue
Okay.
sticking out.
Damn it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You said think along those
Okay.
lines. Smiling, expressions, put your tongue out. It's all in the same
Well, I mean,
vein.
thinking not of like maybe not a physical thing, but other things that you might have had back then that you don't have now.
24-hour boner?
Oh.
I don't know.
No, a nose.
Don't know what. How about wrinkles?
Wrinkles would be a great,
Oh,
but that's
you know
something you
what?
did
Yeah,
have.
It's the opposite of that. You'd
Yeah.
say,
It's the
all right,
opposite
it's
of
not my turn.
Maybe. How about I was thinking there was a few people. There
Or
was
dimples.
always
Dimples.
There
man.
was dimples. That's a good one. There was 2 factions of people in my school: the pro high school ring and the anti high school ring. And some of those people had to, prop their face and had to put their face
hold
in
their
ring.
chin up with their high school
Next to
ring
the-
hat.
Yeah, but I think that's a good answer. But you think something else?
All I can think of is dimples.
Yeah, but dimples stick. Well, never mind. It's your answer. I'm not helping Dunaway. What am I doing? I don't want to help Dunaway.
Wait, I'm gonna let you choose. Dimples or ring? Dimples or high school ring? You call it.
Let's
Or
go
I'll do
with
it.
ring. We'll follow you.
We'll go a ring.
All
I'm
right.
taking
Class-
the hit.
Class ring.
Son of a butthole.
Yeah. Again, like 13th place or 12th place class ring, very common answer, but not as common as some of these other answers. Surprisingly.
Oh my gosh. So that's
And
the third
Ibbot's
strike. and this
Ibbot's
is-
hint, no hint.
Yeah. I mean,
So how's
Good
it-
job. That's it.
How
Don't
does it
go any
work
further.
now? How does it
You're
work
good.
now? If they've
well,
got
I
three.
mean, he only has the chance to give one more answer. That one more wrong answer, and the game is over. So
Right,
like-
right.
think something you had that you can't necessarily see, but you had it back then when you took your high school senior photo.
that I can't see.
think esoteric, maybe. Oh, don't worry, Tally. I'll give your answer.
Your youth, your youngness.
Oh, that's
Show
a good
me youth.
Oh my
look at
gosh,
that.
dude.
one. Jeez.
Yes, sixth most popular answer to this question when you ask what they have.
That is
That's
interesting.
ridiculous. Okay, so obviously we've got a winner here that isn't me. But I'm dying to know these other
No,
three.
hey, you still get to play. You get to.
Oh, I
continue
get to keep
on.
going.
Yeah.
All
You
right,
get.
all
Yeah, you get to continue until you
To
give
your
me
third
a wrong
strike.
answer.
Right.
right. All right. Then let's do. Now we're thinking in those terms.
Like number 9, I'm
Virginity.
there we go. That's-
Oh.
show me virginity.
Number 9. Oh, wow.
Number 9 answer on the board.
Okay. Now I'm getting the hang of this.
Now
Let's
you're
do,
getting the hang of this. Yes.
Dignity. Let's just say dignity.
Show me dignity.
Damn it.
Oh.
It was on there, by the way.
Yeah.
A
Oh,
lot of
really?
people did say dignity. Yeah.
Happiness.
That's right. Now we are still. Don't worry. Don in Cincinnati is still getting the prizes because Scott did win by 1 point because he got some of those lower number or the lower number answers.
Yeah.
Lower on the list. Show me number 8. A lot of people in the chat room had this one.
Hope and
/
optimism.
Optimism.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, that's dark. Dark.
As long as the
show me
last was
number-
not dimples, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Show me number 10.
Thin
A
body.
thin
Thin
body.
body.
Yeah.
Any form of any sort of weight change, whether it was svelte figure, thin body, a waist, a chin, all those things counted. towards
Chin.
thin
Yeah, I should
body.
have thought of that one. That's funny.
Yeah.
Some
Not-
other great answers. One person said penis.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
As you do.
Oh, no, I know who that was. Keep going.
Yeah, you absolutely know who that
Yeah.
was.
Yep.
Let's see, a tuxedo. I think some people, but I
I-
actually lumped that
yeah.
into.
I was
into
gonna say members
clothing.
only jacket and tuxedo, but we covered with clothes. So I was like, eh.
Right. Let's see here. Deviated septum.
Nah.
Energy, eyes without dark circles. Fedora I included. F's to
Oh.
give.
F's to give.
Had that back then.
Yeah.
Let's see, functional testicles.
Great.
Gallbladder.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't think of that. That's a good one.
Somebody took a picture with their golf club, which is great.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
plenty of
great.
people did.
Or the worst thing ever.
Innocence I lumped into virginity.
Yeah,
right.
Somebody took a picture with their MacBook. Awesome.
Oh.
Huh.
Okay. Nerd.
Let's see. Yeah, lots of cars, motorcycles that people took their
Oh.
pictures with.
So no one said appendix or like
Gallbladder was
Gallbladder.
was the closest thing to one of those, and penis, like as far as like things that you'd have removed medically that you don't have now.
I had considered it, and I thought, well, while it is probably true, I didn't think enough people would have said it. I mean,
you heard it right here. Brian Dunaway admitting he considered removing his penis at some point. You guys hear it? I heard it.
well,
I
if
heard
I
it.
could get it like as detachable, that would be fantastic. That way, it would be optional.
Yeah. And then that song
Yeah.
could mean a little bit more to you. Detachable.
Right.
Penis.
Well done, Don. I don't know what else to say except you win this stuff, and here's your
You win
thing.
Winner,
for
winner,
just
chicken
sitting
dinner.
for
Yep, just freaking win. That's just how it is. And so thanks for playing with us. And what's going on in
Thanks for having me.
Cincinnati these days? Anything fun going on that the world should know about in Cincinnati right now? No, not really.
Oh, it's a gorgeous day, and
Any
it's
turkeys-
it's actually my
any turkeys
it's actually
getting
my
dropped?
family's birthday this week.
Oh, it is. Oh, that's
Oh.
fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we have 4 birthdays this week.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
wow.
Spring
Okay.
spring
Nice.
babies they call those. Well, I guess we're not quite spring, but close.
Are you going to get together in hazmat suits and celebrate?
No, they're they're core members. All my kids and my
Okay.
wife.
Oh,
good.
oh,
They're
good.
all
Yeah,
same
they're in the
household.
family.
Oh yeah, that's an expensive month for you then, is what you're saying.
Wow, you guys are creatures of habit.
No.
It wasn't planned that
Ever
way.
think of having sex on a different day of the year?
Well, have having you on was a treat. I can say that with
thank
some
you.
confidence, and we're glad to have had you here. Have a fantastic time. Oh, send an email to
shoot me an email, Don,
coverville@gmail.
coverville@gmail.com, and
Yeah.
we'll get your prizes.
Yeah,
to
do
you.
that for your prizes. We'll see you soon. Okay. Well done. That was great. Enjoyed that greatly. Brian Dunaway. Hey, tomorrow we got the Boop Show. It'll be great. I've had a turnaround. I've come around on something.
Oh, yes, you've turned the corner on a game that me and you both played.
Yep.
And I'm curious to see how you turned it around because I'm still like going, I don't know, man.
I'll give you a phrase that you'll hear tomorrow about what turned me around, and the phrase is, pay attention to the tutorial.
Oh,
once I did that, everything changed. Also, you can turn that damn robot off, which is nice. Anyway, we'll talk about the game Mechanic Simulator. Yeah, that's right. You get to be a mechanic for giant mechs. And
Nice.
it may
That
sound
seems like it's right up your alley.
It's so up my alley, it turns out. I wasn't sure about it when I first got it, but I've done a full flip on it. So anyway, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Brian's got what are you working on? What game are you playing? What are you doing? Do you remember?
I don't even know what I'm playing anymore. Wait a minute. Let me think about it. Oh, yeah. I played a little bit yesterday, and I really still can't remember the name of it.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember.
Hold on a second. Wait. I can't believe I'm blanking on that. That disturbs me.
Yeah.
Do I need
What have I been playing?
right? What do I need? Do I need an intervention?
I don't know,
that's
maybe.
that's like
You might
that's
be.
that's not good.
No, maybe
That's
you're
not-
just haven't decided. You're we'll just say that.
No, I played something last night and then
Yeah, must have
not
been
really.
really good. Yeah, must have been
No. What the crap?
I have no idea.
I don't like this. I played Chicken Police. Of course I played Chicken Police. How did I
Chicken
forget
Police.
that?
Police.
How
Oh, I
could you
love it.
forget Chicken Police?
God.
Yeah, that's crazy for you to forget that.
Yeah.
Must
It's
be
a noir adventure, kind of in the vein of Sam and Max, but is chickens
yeah,
that
chickens.
are there's chickens on human bodies,
Right.
And it is humorous,
Yeah.
and I'm enjoying it,
Yeah.
and we'll talk more about it. And I will have it in my show notes, so I won't forget the name of the
Yeah.
stupid game.
You'll remember the name of your chicken game tomorrow on the Boop Show, 3:30 Mountain Time. Everybody be there to watch it live or catch the podcast after. Brian Dunaway, kiss our butts, and we'll see you soon. Oh,
Kiss it.
I
Kiss
almost
'em.
removed him from the wrong call. Hold on here. Okay, bye. All right, there you go. That was a good time there. We're going to take a break. When we come back, some time with Bill Duran. And that'll be fun. We'll also have Steven back after a bit of a break. We didn't take one from him. He just was busy the last couple of weeks.
we needed some time apart.
Yeah, a little bit of time apart, but he's back, thankfully. We got a little bit to discuss in a few areas. So come on back for all of that. In the meantime, a song from Brian.
Yeah. All right. If you're a fan of the Black Keys, you're gonna love this. This is a performer by the name of Jesse Roper. Has a brand new single called Horizons. This was produced by Gus Van Gogh, who produces the Stills, the Sam Roberts Band, and the Arkells. But it is, you've got a powerhouse voice in Jesse Roper. You're gonna love this blues backed in. And he's from Canada. Don't know if that helps or hurts, but it's some interesting trivia about Jesse Roper. Here's his brand new single, Horizons.
No, sorry. Yeah, no, I'll go with plastic.
Off, hairball. This is the morning stream.
Whoops, we're back, everybody. Hey, welcome back to the show. That was a song break featuring the song.
It's Horizons by Jesse Roper. I just spilled
Uh-oh.
Ripple non-dairy creamer on the side of the
Uh-oh.
It's this. All right, have you seen this stuff in the store, Ripple?
No, never
It's like
heard
a
of it.
non-dairy soy creamer.
Mm.
They're using a font that I think is intentionally meant to make you see the word nipple
Oh, let's see this.
instead of the word ripple.
Can we see
Yeah,
this?
so
Do you
look
have
at-
it?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a link. I don't have the bottle here, but I can give you a link.
Okay. Let's take a look. Because I'm very interested in this suddenly.
Yeah. Here you go. I'm giving you a link right now, and I'm going to put it in our our chat area,
Yeah.
and you're going to see it, and you're going to, oh, what the hell's that?
That's a text message of some sort.
Yeah, that's not what you want. Copy image address. Is it not? There we go.
Is it coming through? All right. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here we go, everybody. Oh, yeah.
Does it not look like it says nipple?
I thought you were kidding. This is true.
Yeah, no.
Look at this. They're trying to get you to say nipple.
Absolutely trying to get you to see the word nipple.
I would eat my hat if that was not the case.
Yeah.
Somebody somewhere in marketing, packaging, something, wherever, logo guy down the hall laughs every time anyone talks about the product.
What font can we use to make that R possibly an N? I know we'll do a font where you're just looking at the shadow, and then the I will subliminally, not even that subliminally, connect the I into an N shape.
Yeah, yeah, it's a nipple. That's a nipple is what we're looking at there. But it's good. You like it? It's a quality.
Yeah, actually, it's a good soy creamer.
Well, everyone needs one of those.
Everyone needs a good soy creamer.
Yeah,
every now and then.
That's what I say. Because you like the soy, right? It's a good alternative for you.
Yeah, I like oat milk and soy. I'm okay with almond milk. I'm not a fan of coconut milk.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I like it in Thai food. I don't like it as a creamer substitute.
Yeah, I don't like coconut. My coconut usage is very specific. I can't have it in certain things, and I can't have like real coconut, like shredded coconut. I'd rather die.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Oh, really?
Ugh.
Okay.
It's a texture thing. But like I can't eat not Mars bar. What are they called that have the coconut on?
Mounds.
Mounds.
Or almond
Can't
joy.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do it. Just can't.
Yeah.
I refuse.
Not got that. Not got that.
The only international alcoholic drink I ever had was a coconut flavored. It was a what do you call it? A pina colada. There.
A pina colada. Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's not usually coconut milk though, is it? It's like coconut rum and pineapple
is it different?
juice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know these things. I do know this, though.
I'll be here for you.
Okay,
I'll be
thanks.
your Huckleberry liquor drinker.
Thank you very much. Now this.
Your bat cave's open there, Bill.
Bill Duran joins us from the Pacific Northwest, somewhere near Seattle. And it's called Punish Props out there, where he runs this rad little studio and builds cool stuff and comes on the show and we talk about the world of makers. Hello, Bill. Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello.
It's a wonderful Monday morning.
It is.
And we have a new video out.
Oh, my
Made
gosh.
a cool,
What'd you make?
made a cool helmet. Go figure, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to go look right now. Punish
I came up
Props.
with some fun new stamps to use as to add texture to said helmet. And it worked out really well. So we put together a video for that.
When you say stamps, like that's like brushes, right? I mean, that's kind of what you're doing, right?
It's a 3D printed texture, and what I do is I heat up the surface of the foam and then press the texture into it, and you leave it there for 10 seconds, and it impresses that texture on the foam. It's really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really cool. Look at that. EVA foam texture stamp, 3D print file, Series 1, STLs. Nice. You can get those for yourself for the very low price of $5. That's not very much at all.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's very cool. Anyway, well, that's great. We'll talk about that. And, of course, we like to get your feedback here on the show. And a lot of people send stuff in for Bill now. We got this email here from Texmas X. That's kind of a cool name.
Okay.
Hi, Bill and TMS. I had a question about inspiration. Where does Bill get most of his? And when a creator is feeling a little creator's block, where are some good directions to turn to gain more of that inspiration? Thanks and love the show. What I love about this question is it can apply to obviously what you're doing and people doing that sort of thing. But this will apply to anybody. If you're writing, if you're drawing, if you're whatever, you hit this wall all the time. And it's a great question about where to turn to get some of that creative juice flowing. So what do you do, Bill? I'm going to make a guess before you tell me.
Okay.
Bill plays Skyrim. No, hold on. That's
Seems like a safe bet, though, doesn't it?
yeah. But that's also, I'm guessing one of the things you might say, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems like one of the things you would say is you go and see what others are doing and find inspiration in others. And I do that all the time. If I'm feeling like I don't feel like drawing, I'll go to like my Instagram feed, which is all artists.
Yeah,
and just
me
go,
too.
man, look at this, look at that, look at this, and then I get ideas, and then I want to go for it. So, anyway, I'll let you answer though. How do you do it?
Sure. So I want to point out first that inspiration comes in many forms, and I look for lots of different types of inspiration. Now, I'm a prop maker, but I also make videos. I also just generally like art, and I'm also an instructor. So I also look for other instructors to inspire me, the way they translate information to other people's brains. That's something I'm always looking for ideas about. So I look for people who do video production, a lot of YouTubers that I follow. Obviously, I look for props and costumes from all of my favorite video games, movies, and shows if I want to look for something that I want to recreate. I also look at just a lot of general artists, and I have a list of some in a little bit, but not just people who make the type of art I make, right? I follow sculptors and and illustrators and blacksmiths. So the first thing is I cast a really wide net when it comes to looking for inspiration. And I try and cover a lot of different bases. And then the other thing is that I have accumulated far more ideas than I could ever finish in a lifetime.
Yeah.
I write everything down. Every idea I have. If I'm watching a YouTube video and they do something cool in the YouTube video that I want to recreate one of my videos, like a video trick, right? We actually have a Google Doc we keep open when we're watching YouTube videos in the evening, and we just copy and paste those videos with the timestamp and say, "Hey, this little gimmick they did in the video was cool. We'll just leave that in a spreadsheet or whatever, so that when I'm looking for fun ideas to do in my videos, I can turn to that document and go, oh, look how they did that really fun, neat way to present a time lapse, right? We could do our video in that way."
That's really cool. I'm watching.
So, like I said,
oh, go ahead.
I just want to point out how critical it is to write all this stuff down.
Yeah, I was going to say, in high school we had this teacher that really pounded this into us. I think Brian will remember this too, but we were all told to keep a morgue, which was it was a weird term even today. I think
collection of dead bodies in the basement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all the dead bodies.
Oh, you're talking about a different thing.
Yeah,
okay.
very different thing. Basically,
way ahead of you.
It was basically a big what do you call it? Like a filing cabinet full of photos, magazine clippings, stuff we find anywhere that we can keep as reference material, but also inspirational stuff. Like, oh, I really love this ad I saw in this article in Newsweek. I'm going to cut this out and put this in here. Now, in the age of the internet, the world is our morgue, right? We don't really need it in the way that we needed it then, or at least that kind of usage case. You can just go to Google image search and find what you need. But instead, what I sort of supplanted with that was sketches and doodles and thoughts, and I kind of have this repository. The recommendation I'm going to make is for an app called Simple Note, which is a
Simple Note's great.
It's on Mac, PC, web, whatever, mobile. And what I love about Simple Note is it's really fast. It has this amazingly quick sort of search in it, or built into it. So when you search for something, it's like immediate. It doesn't matter how many notes you've got. It's just really efficient that way. And it can contain anything. It's just super basic, like keep track of your notes forever. And I've got stuff going all the way back to like 2008 or something in here.
Doesn't it also works with the pencil, right? For note taking. Like you can use Apple Pencil on the iPad and write into Simple Note.
I don't think so. I think it may do the whole, what's that called, transcribe or whatever, where you write it and then it puts it into text. It may do that.
Okay. But it won't do, like, you can't say, oh yeah, here I'm going to put a photo of this thing here that I want to remember, and then I'm going to write something next to it.
Right. No, it won't do that. But it and so there are plenty of apps that do. Like there's a ton of them that do. Mm-hmm. The ones. And there's a bunch of those that have plenty of features to like about them. My problem is they're not very transportable. What I mean by that is, let's say you decide you don't want to use that app anymore. You can't just easily go, well, let's just move these all over to this other app. They don't, have good export options and things like that.
Yeah.
So it kind of drives me nuts. Whereas with Simple Note, it's basically just creating big XML data, and that can be used anywhere. You can import it into anything. And so I really like that for that, but it's mostly for idea capture. I'll literally have it on my phone, be in the middle of the night, have what I think is a funny comic idea. Usually by morning it's not, but sometimes it is. And I'll write it down in this app, and then I'll just sort of have it there forever because it's so easy to search via key terms or whatever. It just it ends up being this amazing sort of modern day morgue for me.
Mhm.
And if you're looking for a way to do that, then I would highly recommend it. It's free and on everything. You just have it.
Yeah.
Cool.
They even have a Google Chromebook version of that thing, which my wife uses all the time. So anyway, that's just to go with your whole idea of like just put all your ideas down. There is something great about just the off-put part of this. Just dump it. Just dump it out of your head. A, you won't forget it because now it's somewhere you can find it. And B, it's not burdening you to try to remember this stuff all the time. Just freaking get it out of your system.
Because you won't sleep if you think of something and you don't figure out a way to write it down, and it's late at night. You're gonna wake up. Oh, I really don't want to forget that thing, and it'll just stay in your brain and needle you.
Yeah,
that happens to me all the time. So I have notes everywhere. I have just the normal note thing on my phone. I have notepads all around my house and shop that I every once in a while I just collect and put all the information together. And usually I'll just dump it in Evernote or somewhere that I know I can search it. I haven't used it in a while, but I use Pinterest to collect images, and like you can put together a vision board for a project to put together, something like that.
Yeah.
Lots of really great
Pinterest is a great
to...
tool for that stuff. People. I mean, when I say people, mostly me. I used to call it the lady internet. Like it wasn't for me, but Pinterest is totally for me. Like,
oh, totally.
You're doing visual
stuff.
Anything
you do visual,
yeah.
Pinterest is great for. Collections of visual things.
Yeah.
Now for some examples of places I go for inspiration. So for props and costumes, the people I go to, people who are making props and costumes that inspire me. My friends over at Vulpin Props and Kamui Cosplay and SKS Props are all doing really amazing stuff. They're the kind of people I think about when I'm making props, and I think this is good enough. And then I think, what would Harrison think that, or would Steve think that, or Svetlana? No, well, then I'll put a little more time into it.
Oh, interesting. You use your peers as your I don't know, your measuring stick. Right?
Absolutely, sure do.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
But there are also 3 people who are constantly putting out amazing work as well that I get to see every day.
Right.
And that drives me.
Right.
As far as like instructors and communicators that I look up to, actually, really quick, we're talking about videos. I want to talk about when I first got into making YouTube videos. At the time, I was watching Revision 3. Remember Revision 3?
Oh, yeah.
I totally remember Rev 3, yeah.
Yeah. So I was getting inspired by shows like Scam School, Film Riot, and Techzilla. This was in the late aughts.
Yeah.
Or early 2010s. That's what I was watching. And that type of video presentation I pulled into my videos. Nowadays, I watch Tested, a lot of Tested, obviously. Mark Rober, Casey Neistat, and I like to make stuff along with lots and lots of other channels that I watch. But those are examples of channels that I look for inspiration about how to make my videos, right? How to tell better stories in my videos.
Sure.
And then instructors and communicators, I go back. Obviously, like Adam Savage is a no-brainer. But like Bill Nye, Mr. Rogers, and Bob Ross are all people I look to for inspiration when it comes to instructors and communicating good information, right?
Yeah.
Also in a style that I jibe with, right?
Right. And like Bob Ross is interesting because it's easy to meme that guy from top to bottom and just, oh, Bob Ross, hey, ASMR, he's my original ASMR, ho, 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 ha, 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 whatever.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if you actually break down what he did on that show, it's a masterclass in instruction, and not only that, but also instruction that you can understand, absorb, and apply your own personality to. Like there's a reason that he had that thing and why it was so successful and still so influential. It isn't just his big dumb hair and his his weird mannerisms. It was way more than that. So I'm really glad you brought that up. He's more than a
I think he died like 30 years ago, and dude's still changing the world.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Bob Ross.
And then I follow a ton of artists of all types. So here's just a smattering. So for sculpture, I follow a lot of sculptors. One of them is Brian Booth Craig. He does a lot of anatomical sculpture, a lot of naked people. So if you're into that, check it out. Ceramics. I follow a couple ceramic artists, especially after watching the great Pottery Throwdown. Man, I love that show. One of the ceramics artists I follow is a guy named Mitchell Spain. In fact, I bought one of his mugs recently. It looks like a Fram oil filter. It's the coolest. I love it.
Wow. That's cool. Yeah.
And then lots of illustrators, people draw and paint. We got just a handful here. Ian McHugh is bananas.
Oh my gosh, dude! I could just stare at his work all day.
Right?
He's so good.
Oh my goodness.
So
Jonah
good.
Loeb, who we've had the pleasure of working with, is just so good. Jarlin Perez and Pascal Blanche, a couple of other illustrators that just mind-blowing stuff.
Yeah.
And artists too. A lot of these people I have their artwork. Like I bought it.
Yeah.
I got a print from Jarlin Perez a month or two ago. That's just so cool.
Yeah, those guys are amazing.
But I also follow machinists and photographers and tool makers and woodworkers and all kinds of creators of every type of background. And I think no matter what your creative discipline it is, it's okay to let yourself be inspired by creators from all areas and let their creativity influence your work. It may sound weird, but like if you are a prop maker, then it probably makes sense to want to make props kind of the way a blacksmith makes a sword, right?
Right.
Understanding how those real systems work are going to influence and instruct your work going forward. Like there's so many crossovers with all creative work. Just let it all wash over you.
Yeah.
Don't be picky.
Well, there's never been a better time to let it wash over you because it's everywhere.
Totally.
It's freaking everywhere. Like,
And it's easy to see now. Like it's easy to surround yourself with too.
Yeah. Like if we were in junior high and I wanted to see Ian McHugh's work, I wouldn't even know who that is. Like you never would have heard of that guy.
I have to go to the bookstore and buy a collection of his work.
Yeah,
or whatever.
assuming they even made one. Like you'd never really know about this guy, but instead him and millions like him are easily accessible. And not only accessible, that guy like literally is very accessible. If you talk to him on Twitter when he posts his art or have questions for him, dude answers you. He's like really, really generous with his time and his feedback and everything else. And
that's what I
awesome.
found a lot of. And also things that blow me away, like, oh, crap. Another guy I follow, I can't remember. He makes tiny suits of armor for mice out of like brass and stuff. It's the best.
Wow.
Does he actually put them on live mice?
I don't think he does.
Oh, damn
man.
it.
I would imagine the mice are rather uncooperative.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're mice.
But yeah, he like I can't remember when I started following him. But then I was like, hey, cool thing. And he's like, hey, I love your work. I follow your prop stuff. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
In my brain, I'm like, this guy's stuff is way cooler than anything I've made. Like, why would he bother following me?
Sure.
This guy's making real armor for mice.
For mice. I do have questions about the mice. Not that I'm not going full PETA here, but is he holding them down? Is he forcing them? Like, I need to
well,
know.
no, I'm talking about it. Yeah, that he probably doesn't put them on the mice. But
oh my god, you know what I want to do just for a hoot? I want to also make a set of armor for my mouse, only my computer mouse.
Hey,
like a little
mouse armor,
little cozy that goes over your mouse when you're not using it. It's all
little square
plate
tinfoil.
steel.
Done.
Quick, write that down so you don't forget.
Write it down.
Yep, write it down.
You know what though? That is a great idea. I have hundreds of ideas like that where I'm like, that's a great idea. I'm never gonna do. Writing it down though. Writing it down. Don't want to forget it.
And you
then
never
you look
know.
at it a month later.
Yeah.
Armor for computer mice. What was I thinking?
Why would I even do that? That's so
Like
dumb.
here's a real world example of how you might still like one day you may do it. Like the concept for Fred and Can started in 2008. And I was going to pull the trigger then and do this stupid comic about a guy living with a can. And I just put it aside. But I made a note and a few ideas about what it would be. And then in early 2020, I went, hey, what have I got in my old comic ideas? Oh my gosh, Fred and Can, I totally forgot about this. I'm going to do it. And I did it. And
That's cool.
I'm not saying you should pull the trigger on every one of your dumb ideas, but sometimes they come up again, you know?
They do,
And
yeah.
Sometimes, and sometimes when you go back and look at them later, the new look at them is at a time when you have a more of the ability to flesh it out, or you've picked up a skill that now can make doing that a lot easier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Really good.
Or you bought a new tool.
Or you
Yeah.
bought a new
Oh, I
tool.
can totally tackle that now. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Well,
Or your confidence, your unearned confidence is shot through the roof for some reason. You're like, I'm
your
gonna do it. Why not?
yeah,
Or your time, for that matter. Yeah.
yeah. Suddenly you have a ton of free time.
exactly. Well, this is great. Great advice all around, everybody. If you're feeling a little bit, lacking in inspiration, just look around you and write it down. Those are your two rules today. Look around, write it down. Bill, anything else going on that we should mention before you go?
Yeah, I have one thing to share. Really fun video. So speaking of artists that continue to inspire me, both as video producers and artists, Alex Steele doing great work, continuing to do great work. He made an armored gauntlet. Now I linked to the first video. There are 2 of them. But basically, what he wanted to do, he followed someone else's tutorial, got a template to make a metal armored gauntlet, and then he built it with very basic tools: tin snips, a drill. He used nails, finishing nails from the hardware store as his rivets, and a leather glove. And he made an armored gauntlet. But this is the sort of thing where it's like, if you want to get into this stuff, this is the kind of project to start with. Very basic tools.
Huh.
He was using
No
a brush as a hammer there. I saw like this is like the get started in armor making but with real metal sort of project.
There doesn't look like there's a single piece of equipment in his shop that is newer than 1963.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. True.
Yeah, he's
Well,
old
he's
school.
in the UK, so all of that equipment is from the war.
Oh, right.
I
It's
see.
Exactly. Sure.
That's all they
Actually,
have
a
over
lot
there.
of it
Stuff from
probably
the
was.
war.
It might be. Yeah. I mean, looking at that, whatever that thing is to the left of him.
I believe that is a power hammer.
Wow.
Cool. It looks like you could also use you could use it to submerge droids into some sort of bubbling liquid
Into their Bacta tank.
and ask them how many languages they speak.
Yeah. How many languages do you speak? Well, Bill, fantastic stuff. That's Alex Steele. Go look at that. And also punishprops.com or the Punish Props YouTube channel. I noticed there's a channel also called Extras, which you can go sub to as well. And in particular, go look at those texture things you're doing. Those are really rad. They made that helmet
really
look
well,
insane. Yeah, very, very cool. Bill Duran, everybody. Chinbeard on Twitter. Bill, have a fantastic week.
Later.
Bye now.
Seep.
Seep.
Seep. Seep.
All right. I don't know what we're doing now. Oh, Steven. That's what. He's been gone so long, I forgot what I was doing with him. But now I'm adding him to the call. And we're going to talk to him because he's great. And now this. Whoops. Where's this new thing? I have a new thing.
Steven
Newish.
Schleicher. Steven Schleicher.
Hello, Steven from Majorspoilers.com all the way in Hayes, Kansas. Hello. How are you?
Hello, Scott. Hello, Brian.
Hey, man.
Hello.
Hey, look, man. You're a busy guy. You got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I know that to be true. But even though you've been gone a couple of weeks, had a lot going on, we're really glad to have you back. So thanks for coming back and doing this. Yeah, we missed you.
God, has it really been 2 weeks? Like,
Yeah,
it's
2
been-
weeks. First week I had a meeting. Last week, my son had an orthodontist appointment.
Yeah.
Orthodontist looks in his mouth and says, when's your next dentist appointment? And I'm like, well, he had it a couple of weeks ago. And he's like, man. And then he points at this. My kid had like a huge abscess on his gums.
No.
That, you know, and the not the optometrist, the tooth doctor guy, gave it a little squeeze and you could see like pus squeezing out of it. And so then I had to call the dentist and set an emergency appointment so they could come and look at it. And they had to yank his tooth out.
Oh, no.
Fortunately, it was still a baby tooth, but they yanked it out. It was all gnarly and everything. Gross.
Oh, man.
My kid has cursed teeth.
I had that. I had one of those. They pulled it out as well, but I had a root canal go bad, and I spent, I don't know, a couple of months trying to deal with this weird infected tooth, and they finally just pulled it. I hate teeth. Teeth are the worst, dude. F teeth.
Well, especially kids' teeth. Whenever you say, "Did you brush your teeth?" Yes, I brushed my teeth.
Yeah. You gotta do like
Don't
Kim.
believe them.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Kim would go in and fill that brush. She'd say it's not wet.
Yeah.
But then Nick would start to figure out how to just get it wet and then not use it. So, and then he turned 12 and went, "I like girls," and then started brushing his teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to brush your teeth when you
That
like
was
girls.
the catalyst. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
right.
whatever works.
Whatever it takes to get deodorant in their pits, freaking fresh socks on their feet, and toothbrush in their mouth. It's usually girls.
Yep.
That'll get them there. Anyway, good luck with that.
So that was my last 2 weeks. So there you go.
Gotcha.
So
we had more fun with our 2 weeks than you did.
I'm sure.
I think we did. Although we all watched Winter Soldier, which I'd like to talk about for a second.
Yeah.
Falcon
Yeah.
and the Winter Soldier. Episode 2 is now out. Episode 1 the week previous. And we haven't spoken since then. Brian and I had a little bit of discussion about it. Really loving it. Although I feel like they're just teasing us with Agent 13. It's like, yeah, she'll be here. Not now, though, but later. Okay, not now, but later. You may get her.
You see her
sometime.
in the credits.
Yeah, here she is in the
I'm
credits.
just waiting for Snowman to show up.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Tina called it that the other day. What time were we watching Falcon and the Snowman? I'm like, you mean Falcon Winter Soldier? Unless you do want to watch the Tim, whatever his name, and Spicoli show.
Yeah. That's an interesting movie if people haven't seen that.
What is it?
It's an espionage movie.
Yeah, Falcon and the
About
Snowman. 80s.
two friends.
It's
Snowman.
It's about two friends. One of them gets into trouble. One's a drug dealer, and one is somehow gets. They figure out a scheme to start selling secrets to the Russians.
Yeah, Sean Penn, and who was the other guy?
Timothy Hutton.
Let me look here.
It's
Timothy
Timothy
Hutton.
Hutton.
Timothy
Timothy
Hutton.
Hutton.
Yeah.
It is Timothy
And it's
Hutton.
the source of the great David Bowie song, This Is Not America. Really, really good David Bowie song.
Really?
And that's all I never saw the movie, but bought the soundtrack just for that song.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. It's a little drawn out, especially for 1985 standards. It seemed long and plotting, especially if you had just seen like 3 Days of the Condor or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's worth checking out. Definitely is.
Interesting cast. Pat Hingle is in that. He's Commissioner Gordon from the 89 Burton movies, the Batman movies. He's, let's see, Richard Dysart from L.A. Law is in this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, well.
True story. It's a true story, too.
Is it really?
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
85? Yeah, 85.
Yeah.
All right, never heard of it. Now I have. So, yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier is pretty great. And I don't know if it's everybody's cup of tea, but it's definitely mine. They've ripped the essence out of that Winter Soldier movie and made it into a TV series for me. And
Oh yeah, there are definitely some people who don't like it, but they're also, not just ripping stuff out of the Winter Soldier movie, but they're actually going back to the comics. So for everyone who's watched episode 2, there are a couple of comics that you might want to check out. The first is, well, it's more of a character, and that's U.S. Agent.
Yeah.
That's John Walker, who's currently playing the new Captain America.
Yeah.
Originally started out as Super Patriot, kind of like a super villain, someone who took patriotism to the extreme beyond what Steve Rogers did, and then became Captain America in like 1986, 87, somewhere around there, along with his sidekick Battlestar, who we also saw in this second episode.
And
so he does some Captain America things before becoming U.S. Agent. And his new costume does very much look like a U.S. Agent costume.
Oh, I was going to ask if there were other similarities visually and stuff, because I haven't read that series. So
Yeah.
It's Wyatt Russell, Kurt Russell's son. We talked about it last week a little bit, but
Yeah, from Lodge 49, which if you haven't seen, is
I have seen that.
He's so great in that, and it's so bizarre to see him in this after watching him in that.
Yeah. I thought this last episode was interesting because it didn't rub it in your face. It just very naturally had a moment of, oh yeah, there's still kind of systematic racism in this country with cops and black guys.
Oh well, let's talk about Isaiah Bradley then, the other character that was introduced, who appears to have some super soldier powers. So the other comic book series that people might want to read is Truth, Red, White, and Black. This is a 7-issue miniseries from Robert Morales and Kyle Baker. It tells the story of I don't know if it's technically the second Captain America or not, but essentially once Captain America went into the ice, people were trying to figure out how do we recreate the super soldier serum. And if you're familiar with the Tuskegee study, that's basically the premise of Red, White, and Black. They tested these super soldier serums on black men to see what the effects would be. And the only survivor of that is Isaiah Bradley, who we saw in this week's episode. So yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, I like that they're doing that. It's giving it a bit of an edge of I don't know. It's giving it an edge in general, but I just like I like that they're having to deal with that stuff and they're doing it. I feel like they're doing it honestly and they're earning it, and it doesn't feel I don't know, doesn't feel soapboxy or whatever. So okay, that reminded me of something that I forgot it. Crap, I had a really good question. So Steve Rogers didn't use a gun pretty much ever.
Yeah, he did. If you go back and watch Captain America: The First Avenger, he's got a gun as a side piece.
Did he always have? Okay, so
it feels like it was so and antithetical to the character, you know.
Yeah, what it reminded me was of the old 50s or 40s serial of Captain America, but it was a different dude. I forgot his name. I showed him here sometimes in post show when I'm editing. But anyway, that guy always used a gun. That's all he had. In fact, he didn't even have a shield. And so when I saw this dude pull the gun out and fire it on that train sequence, I went, "Oh, well, that's like a throwback to the serials." But you're saying, in fact, Captain America always had a side piece, always had a little bit of gun action.
Yeah,
heat.
I don't know if they use that so
His
much.
side piece was named Peggy Carter, by the way.
Yeah, Peggy Carter. I don't know if he used it so much once he started using his shield as his primary weapon, but certainly, yes, he's had a gun before.
Okay, and we're supposed to not like this nude guy, right? I mean, we're supposed to be annoyed that he's there.
Yeah. He's
Well, I mean, yeah, because he's
cocky
not.
cheese ball. Yeah.
Because they keep messing with me a little bit. On the one hand, there are moments where I'm like, all right, he seems like he's got the right idea. You know, he's okay. It's going to be hard to get used to him, but whatever. And then there are times where I'm like, no, you're going to be trouble, you piece of garbage. You're going to be a...
Well, I mean, he may be trouble. Again, when he was Super Patriot, he was, Steve Rogers looked at all the reasons to be optimistic and what's great about America. And Super Soldier is a little bit more pessimistic and realistic. And the ends justify the means kind of thing.
I see. That's an interesting juxtaposition. I'm really curious to see where the whole thing goes. I'm enjoying the crap out of it. We got our first view of who will probably be our villain this season, I guess, our main villain.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, I guess.
Well, there's another villain that's supposed to pop up in episode 3, so.
Oh, really?
I mean, we've gotten one villain showing up in the first episode, right? Batroc the Leaper.
Oh, right. Forgot about that. Yeah.
And but then, yeah, I mean, we've known who the kind of the fourth big name character between Falcon, Winter Soldier, Agent 13, and this other person, just because Marvel Legends gave you one of the one of those episodes for him too, one of the background episodes for him.
So the girl who's they pull the mask or find out the girl that's in the cold storage in the thing.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, no, well, maybe. I know she was in Solo.
She was in Star Wars, Solo, yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I recognize her face from.
She was in Game of Thrones also. Okay.
Oh, was
I didn't
she?
recognize it from that.
Oh, weird. I like her.
I don't remember
a
if she
lot.
was or not. I thought she was. But...
She's very compelling, that person.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think she's rad. What was her name? Crap. Now I want to know, and I'm annoyed that I don't know it off the top of my head. But she seems real good. I like that whole business, that whole,
well, and then, that does bring up the other question is, who got these super soldiers and who's sponsoring that program and what are they doing? And are they building up a power of super powered beings that can to wreak havoc on everything? I mean, that's very interesting to look at.
Found it. Her name is Erin Kellyman.
Oh, the actress's name? Okay.
Solo. She's not in Game of Thrones at all, but she's in.
Oh, okay, cool.
She's in the upcoming Willow. And
she's in Raised by Wolves too.
Different Raised by Wolves.
Different Raised by Wolves. Okay.
Yeah. We were talking about this very thing that was it us? Brian?
We were talking about movies with the same name that aren't remakes, but just said, I'm going to use that name. And then when people look for The Godfather, they'll find my movie.
Yeah. But they're two famous crash movies, and they have nothing to do with each other. Like Raised by Wolves, nothing to do with that series. And anyway, she's just somebody to watch. She's super compelling and interesting. And, I like everything they're showing us so far. I'm super into it. I had somebody, who's it, Jonathan Strickland on Twitter, friend of the program, said the thing that kept taking me out of the episode is that neighborhood they were in when they went to see Isaiah is like 2 blocks from his house. Because they filmed everything in everything in Atlanta, yeah. And so he was like, "Oh, that's just too weird. I can't, It'd be like if I don't know, like Brian's watching something from an Arvada grocery store or something like that.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be weird. Anyway, well, more weird now. Hey, so that's awesome. We're still into it, loving it. We'll talk more about it as time goes on. And for whatever reason, I don't know why I'm not letting this one stack. I just want to see it as soon as it's out. So.
Same here. It's partially because of spoilers, but partially because I haven't had new Marvel content for a year until WandaVision started up, and now it's like, no, give it to me now.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, Brian, because the Black Widow movie is coming. They pushed it back instead of May 7th. Now you have to wait until July 9th. But, and I know you enjoy going to the movies, but for the rest of us that hate AMC. July 9th, it will debut digitally and theatrically on Disney Plus with that premium $30 rental fee.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, are you if I rent a theater for some Denver Tadpool people, can I get you to make the drive from Hayes, Kansas to?
It's only 5 hours. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's July 9th.
Now all of a sudden the theater doesn't sound so bad.
Well, it depends on how crowded it's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about the
won't
Denver.
be more than 20 of us because I think that's
Tadpole. That's what I was saying. Everybody gets a row to themselves.
Will those limits change by July? I wonder, or probably not.
Yeah,
well, that's what I think Disney's hoping.
Yeah, they might. I mean, our vaccination rate is doing pretty good here in the States, but also the variants are catching up a little bit, so there's like a little bit of concern about speed and
a little
stuff.
bit of spring break ramping up too, sadly.
Yeah. And so that's what I think the main reason why both Cruella and Black Widow were pushed, just so they can ensure that the theaters are going to open. I think, what is it Cinemark or Regal is doing a big thing with Godzilla versus Kong this weekend.
Yeah. You know what I'm watching this weekend? That. Because that's on HBO Max, day and date, no extra money. I just get to sit down and watch it. Woo!
Exactly. Yeah.
And then you know what comes the week after that? Mortal Kombat, baby.
Mortal Kombat.
The new Mortal Kombat remake. And then there's something else right after that. Anyway, HBO's got my number right now. I don't know why, but loving it.
Well, honestly, the $30 fee for the Disney Plus stuff is not that big of a deal.
No, it's all right. It's less than I would have spent at the theater if I'd have taken my wife to see it. So
yeah, exactly. And so with a family of 4, it's a really great deal. And if you're like my kids, they, at least one of them, will watch the same thing again and again and again for a week. So my youngest has watched Raya and the Last Dragon probably 4 or 5 times.
Oh wow!
Since we've gotten it, so we got our money's worth out of it just for that.
It's a good deal.
What kind of a deal?
Yeah, what kind of a deal?
It's a great deal.
So $30 will get you some business with her.
Yes, with the Black Widow.
We'll get you a Black Widow moment in your life. Oh, I was going to tell you, Steven, guess what I've been reading? So I don't know why, I've just got in the background when I'm working, I've got Batman Beyond going these days. And love that series.
Great series.
Yeah, loved it. I just love the concept. I think they handled it really well. Could have been stupid. Was great. And still has one of the coolest intros of any animated series in the history of DC.
Yeah, there's something I'm trying to remember. I was trying to look really quick. Somebody in the chat will remind me. But there's something about that theme song. I can't remember if it's. I'm trying to think who the person was that composed it or the person who animated it. But it's somebody like super well known right now.
Oh, well, let's look it up. Theme song from Batman Beyond. Christopher Carter. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, I don't know. It's something. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I love it, though.
I don't know. I don't think it's Bruce Timm. I mean, it's Bruce Timm inspired, but I don't think it's animated by Bruce Timm. But it's something very specific about it that when you look at it and you go, holy crap, that was that guy?
Oh, really?
And then it kind of all clicks.
Oh, here we go. This is, okay, I found an article on the Audio Spotlight. This is from, award-winning composers Christopher Carter, Leota Romanos, and Michael McCutcheon, collectively known as Dynamic Music Partners. Brian, is this familiar at all?
Nothing at all familiar. Yeah,
I'll have to look. Maybe it's the person who worked on it.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Anyway, so point is that's going on in the background, enjoying a rewatch of that. And people will be happy to know they didn't crop it or do anything weird. It's its original 4x3 thing and all that. It's inspired me because I knew, okay, so the Batman Beyond thing starts as an animated series. That's its beginnings. And then, of course, there were comics, and there were some in the beginning years that were just like the show, like same art style and everything. But then more recently, like the Rebirth era, 2016 or so, they ran a new run of Batman Beyond in comic form. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to give that a shot. And I'm here to tell you, I think Batman Beyond is pretty rad in comic form, too. It's
it
good.
really is. When you follow the adventures of Terry McGinnis beyond what goes on in the series, there was a time where they tried to write him out by losing him in the far, far future and not knowing where he was coming back. But now he's
definitely
and who knows what's going on with Future State, but he's still doing his thing. And it's a great premise.
It's really good. It's got cyberpunk kind of stuff in it, a little bit of vibe of like a Blade Runner-y kind of future stuff. Yeah, Neo Gotham is the name of the damn city. Like, it's just a really well thought out alternate future concept that's just great, and I can't recommend it enough. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Reading that, watching that, it's made me fall in love with it all over again.
Yeah.
All right,
For
Snyder
people
Cut.
who haven't
Yep.
watched Batman Beyond, definitely watch it.
Yeah, Snyder Cut. We haven't talked a ton about it, and I still haven't had time to watch it because I don't have 4 hours yet to just carve out. But we were going to do it Sunday, and we just, I don't know, day got away from us. So any thoughts on how all that's going? It seems like overall it got pretty well received considering how poorly the original did.
Yeah, so I would say, number one, it is a much, much better movie than the theatrical release, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'd agree with that.
And I would, and the Snyder Cut is a good movie. It's not a great movie. I kind of wish he would have brought in an editor to make some suggestions on how to trim that down, because when I watched it, I was like, oh, those two scenes don't belong back to back because they have the exact same theme as one another. And I would have removed one over the other. And you could have trimmed, I could easily trim an hour out of that just by lifting like 4 scenes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still really good. And, you know, Scott, it's broken into chapters, kind of like a quote unquote graphic novel. There are 6 chapters in it. And so you could sit down and do a 1 hour go and just wait till the chapter mark and then come back.
That's how I watched it, is I watched it in chapters, which was great. Natural breaks in the content that was like, all right, cool. I'll pick up the next chapter tomorrow or later today or something like that.
I still think it's a little bit weird that I'm more excited about his zombie thing coming to Netflix than I am this.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely more excited. It is better than the original release of Justice League, but I still feel like there's way too much slow-mo, and it's still not as fun as I want it to be, you know?
Let's just say there's a lot of people who probably were screaming how gooey their pants were after watching the Snyder Cut. Those people probably need to get out into the world because it's not that great of a movie.
I'm also going to say they have other problems, people with gooey pants.
Yeah, if their pants are gooey.
I'm going to say we're not done talking about them.
Graphical user interface.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Graphical user interface pants. That's fantastic. All right. Well, I was curious to know your take, and now we know it.
It's a good movie. It's worth watching. It's definitely better than theatrical release.
All right. Ray Fisher gets a better time here, doesn't he? Like
Yeah.
And I really
he becomes the central part of this story, which is interesting because you 2 weeks ago when I was going to come on, I wanted to talk about Titans because you really were enjoying that series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I've written on the Major Spoilers Weekly, which is the email that I send out every week, a couple of weeks ago about how the Teen Titans are the most versatile of all of the IPs that DC has, because, you know, they've got Teen Titans, they've got Teen Titans Go, they've got Titans, they've got, you know, all these other things that you can just drop the Teen Titans in, and they work for almost every age group. And if you wanted to go a little bit further, Cyborg is even more versatile because, you know, he goes from Teen Titans to now being a founding member of the Justice League. And as you see in this movie, he becomes a main character that is responsible for defeating the bad guys.
Yeah, it happens a lot with him. I read the whole, at least what's out so far of all the deceased things they're doing on DC, the zombie apocalypse stuff, and he's so central to that story in such a fun way. I've always liked Cyborg, so I'm glad he's just getting his fair due.
He's in. I think he's in Doom Patrol, isn't he?
I was gonna say you need to watch Doom Patrol because that's
Is he in there?
where you get a lot of good
cool.
Cyborg. Yeah,
I keep putting that one off.
Doom Patrol is great. Doom Patrol is it's like the HBO level of Legends of Tomorrow, just assembling a really goofy cast of characters and great characters you just fall in love with.
It's got James Bond as Professor X.
Right, exactly, as their Professor X equivalent.
So I kind of
actually was just announced as cast as Dr. Fate in the Black Adam movie, which got a
release date, right?
Release date in June or July of 2022.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson finally gets his due for the DCU, I guess. I was going to ask you. I forgot what I was going to just ask you. I totally spaced it. I don't know why. Okay,
that's okay.
The trailer. I know what I was going to say. The Suicide Squad trailer. Everyone can't stop gushing.
Oh yeah,
about.
That was really good too.
Yeah, pretty excited.
I really enjoyed that. I think that the thing is, James Gunn, I think if I'm not mistaken, he writes his scripts with music in mind. So when you look at that trailer and you're hearing the Dirty Work song, it's just like, oh, he wrote he wrote this with that song in mind.
Yeah.
And made sure that when it came trailer time that this song was going to be featured in the trailer.
Yeah, he knows.
So his
that.
like of music really works well.
He's really good at that. Yeah, that's what was my immediate moment of like, oh, like it's a James Gunn thing. I mean, just totally feel this now. Like this is straight up Yellow or anything else he was doing with Guardians. All right, and then did you watch any of the Invincible yet? Did you catch
I
that?
did. I watched the first 3 episodes. In fact, I think they were supposed to come out on Friday, but I think they dropped them early on Thursday because I watched the first episode Thursday night and then the other 2 on Friday. There are changes. Robert Kirkman did go back in and rewrite stuff and clean stuff up. So there's this really weird side story about this security guard and his son going to London, which is kind of interesting. That wasn't in the original comic books.
Yeah.
But they are moving through. Oh, also Demon Detective, which is played by Clancy Brown, gets a bigger support role or gets a bigger role in the show than in the comic books. But they are blowing through the story. Like episode 1 basically takes you through the first 6 issues of the comics, or the first 12 issues of the comics.
And it's great, and they're really capturing the feel of the Invincible comic book too, and the style.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the voice actor. You go through and look at the voice actor. It's like, oh, Walking Dead, Walking Dead, Walking Dead,
Mm-hmm.
Walking Dead.
Yep. Yeah. Corey Walker, who was one of the artists, the original artist on the series, comic book series. He is the lead character designer for the animated series.
That's awesome.
So that's why it looks so much alike.
Brian's waving at the baby. Hi. Do you see Brian? Say hi. Can you say hi?
Hi. I'd wave too, but my camera's not on.
Can you say Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Good.
Can you say Batman?
Can you say Batman?
Mine.
Can you say the Joker?
Joker.
Yeah, the Joker.
There we go.
He's such a cute boy. Here, go back to Grandma. He's so chatty now. I forgot he was going to be here today. I love it when he comes.
Like a little parrot.
Oh, thank you. Say thank you. That's hilarious. Well, Steven, finally.
Before we go, I got to ask you, can you give a really quick review, because you've had it now for a couple weeks, of the Marvel Pinball experience? Oh,
I really enjoy it. And I guess I was expecting maybe a little bit more depth to looking at it. When you see all the videos, it makes that display look like you're actually looking down into a pinball machine. It's good. I was hoping that they would have more of the games I'm familiar with. I was really hoping the Fantastic Four board would be on there, and the Captain America board, and the Doctor Strange board would be on there. They're not, but still a lot of fun to play. Cool. I would say I stand just under 6 feet tall. Mm-hmm. So the backboard is just about a little shorter than that. So it probably stands about 5'8", 5'9". Okay. Somewhere on the backboard, but it's a really nice fit for a pinball machine, a virtual pinball machine, to add into your collection, Brian. I would, it's much better than trying to get a giant pinball machine, which takes up a lot of room.
Yeah, I mean, you give up the actual depth of a pinball machine,
Mm-hmm.
but you gain multiple tables.
Yes.
You gain not having to dedicate half of a room to it.
Yep.
And probably easier to fix. Like if something goes wrong with it, it's a lot easier to fix it than it would be.
And there are already people that are modding it. I was really hoping that they would have, and by they I mean Arcade 1-Up, who released this. I was really hoping they would have had some kind of internet connection or something, so that if you already had a lot of the Zen, now I forget the company name, the people that make all the pinball machines, if you already had a Zen pinball account, that you could load your own boards onto that, because everything else, it's flippers, it's buttons, it's got little solenoids in there to give you some bumper action. And it's really pretty good. And the best part was I played it the day that I got it all set up. I went upstairs for a couple of hours to do some stuff. When I came back downstairs, my youngest was playing it, and he was, he got like first place on like a couple of boards. So he was really excited about that.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's as soon as I see one, I'll probably end up picking it up, just because.
Yeah, it's a little expensive.
It is a little expensive.
It's like $600, and I'm waiting to see where the mods there's another one. I think I pointed you to it, Brian. There's another pinball or an arcade system, virtual arcade system that's that's about the same size, except you can't really buy them right now. I don't know why. But they are the ones that have the ability to, bring in all your other pinball boards in there. The one big disappointment that I have about this is the backboard. They have a little the little dot matrix display that changes based on what's going on.
Mhm.
I was really hoping that the back glass would also be a monitor that would change as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing that it's not. It's just a static image.
Hey, that's an easy thing to mod. Throw your own monitor
It
back
is.
there.
I mean, you can. You'd have to then probably get something else to control that because
Ooh,
it would
Raspberry
have to be
Pi
a
or
second,
something.
second screen. And really, I think like the regular arcade one-up arcade machines are easy enough to mod with a with a Raspberry Pi. I'm waiting to see if there's anything out there that makes it easy to mod the pinball machine, because it's not going to work with a Raspberry Pi. Those pinball machines are pretty hardcore when it comes to their graphic display
Processing has to be
and
fast,
processing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it looks really neat. I'm looking at some pictures here shown to the chat. It seems like it'd be a rad addition to anybody's cool.
I
man
mean, if
cave
you've got
basement.
a Tron arcade machine in your office, adding a Marvel pinball machine would not be a bad idea.
Wait, you don't have Tron, do you? You have Tempest.
I forget what it is. Tempest.
Yeah, okay.
I always
Oh,
forget
you're
which
talking
one
about
it
me.
is.
I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about you. I was like, you've
No,
got
no,
a
no, no.
Tron machine?
No, I would never go with the Tron machine. Although I had a weird dream last night about going in. A guy was selling all sorts of arcade machines.
Oh, no
like
way.
original Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man machines and everything.
Oh, man. Do you think they're ever gonna? Do we get Tron back? Are we gonna get more Tron in our lives? What's the deal with Tron? Tron's great. Freaking love Tron. And the last movie sucked, but come on, let's do more. Can we do more? That cartoon was good. What was the animated thing that had Frodo in it? Tron, not Legacy. That was a movie.
Tron of the Rings.
No, Tron. Tron something.
Oh, right. Yes.
Tron of the Dance.
Yeah, Jared Leto was in it. Was the movie, but the TV show or the show was good. It was good.
We Live in a Tron.
I don't remember the name of the damn thing, but it was
Just
good.
recent animated thing.
Yeah, it didn't last very long. This is all before Disney bought everything and moved to Disney Plus.
Disney originally released Tron.
Yeah. It was old 81 or whatever, old Disney thing. And I loved Tron as a kid. Oh my gosh, I love Tron. I wanted to drink Tron water. I wanted to get a cup and scoop up the water in the Tron world.
I think
and drink
Gatorade
it.
makes something like that.
Do they? They make Tron water?
I mean, it's blue. And there's also a red one. You hold it up to a black light, I'm sure it'll glow just like the movie.
Chat room says Tron 3 is being spearheaded by Jared Leto. What does that mean? He's acting in it? He's
Like he probably wants to make it happen or producing it.
okay. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe that's okay. I don't know.
If it makes it happen.
As long as he's
There's
not the
your trade-off.
Joker during it, that'd be fine. Just don't be the Joker. All right. That's going to do it. Lots of stuff. One final thing. Comic-Con it goes in person on Thanksgiving weekend. Explain how that's going to work.
That is right. Remember, we said that a couple of weeks ago that Comic-Con was going to go virtual for their summer event, but they said if things improve in the fall, they would look for a date then. Well, they announced the date that it will be over Thanksgiving weekend at the Comic-Con in San Diego. It's, they're calling it the Comic-Con Special Edition. And it's going to run over that Thanksgiving weekend, whatever those exact dates are. They haven't said anything specifically about previous tickets. Now, they did say in the past that people would be able to either, from 2 years ago, apply their ticket to the next in-person event or apply it to the 22 event. But I haven't seen anything where they said specifically that you can apply your tickets to this 2021 event. My guess is, personally, I would not go to the 2021 event because I have a feeling it's going to be a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But the summer after that, I'm sure it'll explode into another, pack 150,000 people into that place.
Yeah. Get your vaccines, everybody. TV's Travis fixed my question about what was the name of that show. It was called Tron Uprising, and it was great.
Uprising.
It was very cool. Had an all-star cast. It was awesome, and only went one season, and it's a freaking bummer. All right. That's it. Hey, Steven, anything else going on around the major spoilers network people should know about?
Not a whole lot. Like I said, if you want to get some inside thoughts on the new Marvel deal with Publishers Random House, I wrote a lengthy article about that this week for the Major Spoilers Weekly. It is our weekly email that goes out. You can find out and sign up for it over at majorspoilers.com. And until next time, drink your Tron water.
Yeah, drink your Tron water, everybody. You'll stay hydrated if you drink your Tron water. Bye, Steven.
Right.
Okay.
You won't derez either.
No. That is what they called that, right? Derezing?
Yep. Derezing.
I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood for Tron. I may even watch that dumb movie again. I mean,
which of the dumb movies, right?
Well, I love the original, but I also saw it as a kid, so I can't. Who knows if it's any good
we watch
or
it
not.
for film sec too.
Yeah, But the second one, or that one from 2014 or whatever it was, is so cool in so many ways and so broken in a few other ways. Like
Beautifully made.
Beautifully made. Soundtrack's amazing. Everything they do in the world is incredible, except freaking robot face Jeff Bridges. And we just weren't there yet. We just didn't quite nail the face cap stuff. It just was bad. I saw somebody did a side-by-side deep fake of the scene where he's like talking to the big army or whatever. And it's crazy how good it looks. Like, he looked like a rubber monkey in the first, or in the theatrical cut, but whoever did the deep fake on the internet made him look legit Jeff Bridges young, and it was really cool. So
that's cool.
Anyway, maybe that'd fix the whole thing for me. I don't know. All right, Monday morning mashup time. Yeah, that's right. You came here for it. You got it. It's a mashup from Jamie, who put this together. He calls this one "Deal on a Dill," though. So deal on a deal, comma, though.
Deal on a dildo.
Deal on a dildo.
Dildo. Yeah. You remember I talk about dildo.
I kind of remember when this happened, but we'll find out more when I hit play, so enjoy.
I've actually had some air come out of my butt in a loud, eruptuous manner. Does that mean I'm dying?
Yeah, what does that mean? Eruptuous. We had daylight savings. Me.
I can't wait for the next expansion when the first boss in the first raid is going to kill you with mouth noises. Oh my god, you're behind a pillar.
Well, then
Timothy Frog here. Some of the stuff you're about to see is a little racist and insensitive. Enjoy.
They should do it that way. I always thought of him as a bit of a shaved down seal, like just no body hair kind of guy. No, he's got a hairy butt. Very hairy butt. If you've seen Devil's Advocate, you know what I'm talking about.
Just about got to see John Zwick.
Yeah. I hope you don't find a dead body.
Yeah, you're part amphibian.
I'm slippery when wet, is what I'm saying.
La fel Padraig's Hona Davis.
Great to have
Stop
you on.
rubbing your balls, Scott.
Stop rubbing your balls. Is my eyeballs for those at home listening. I was rubbing my eyeballs. You're going to choke on a said penis. Peanut. You're going to choke on a peanut.
The Steve Irwin. Not Steve Irwin. It's the other Irwin.
Now Ibbot is rubbing his balls. What is up with the ball
so much
rubbing?
ball rubbing on this show.
I know. We got itchy balls. What can I tell you?
The Norwegian island called Spitsbergen,
course.
and they have a global seed vault there where they keep.
Because you wouldn't find it on Swallowsbergen.
No, it's only on Spitsbergen. Man, that's terrible that it's Spitsbergen.
I'm not cut either.
No. Brian's is so big, he puts a zipper in it and keeps change in it. That's how big his little purse bag is. Just kidding. Anyway, hey, Nicole, it's good to have you here.
Oh my goodness.
A pantsless Florida man was arrested yesterday after police spotted him pleasuring himself, as my dad would say, with a pickle while on a private premises.
Was it a dildo?
His flight, was it a dildo? Yeah, he got a real deal on it.
No, not his flight.
Oh,
not a
what'd you say?
dildo. The pickle that he was pleasuring himself with. Was it a dildo?
Oh, did he get a good price on the pickle? Is that what you're saying? A deal though? Is that what you're saying? A deal though? Are you going straight to
I'm saying a dill, like a dill pickle.
Oh,
Was
I
it a
get it
dill-
now. A dildo.
Jeez Louise.
All of those jokes made me laugh. All of them. Now I remember I couldn't get deal and dill worked out in my head.
Dildo. Yeah, dildo.
Now it all makes sense. All right, Jamie, you did well. Good job. You have done well. Hey, that's it for the show. Boy, that's a weird disease to have. I'll say a thing and realize it sounds like an old film sack clip or something, and then I'll remember it. This guy that says those words I just said. Let me find Let me find it. You have done well. Hold on. Done well. Oh, I have to have this. Yeah, here it is. I just thought of this guy, but for no reason.
Please forgive my late arrival.
No, you have done well.
I can't get that guy. Is that weird? It's just have that pop into your head? That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a disease or a just the way our brains work.
We've done
And
this
I mean
to
work
ourselves.
in quotes.
Yeah, we've done this to ourselves.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for that, Jamie. We appreciate it. You can find him on Twitter at TMS Mashups, and you can find us at Morning Stream, Scott Johnson in Coverville. Don't forget you can support us at patreon.com/TMS. And also hop onto that new newsletter I did. I put up a rice bowl recipe today.
Oh, that recipe looks amazing.
It's
I'm
so
making
good.
that this week.
It's so good. Carter makes these almost every day. and they're fantastic. She could open a cafe that sold these. They're so good. So anyway, we put up the recipe online, and it was free, and you don't have to do anything special to get it. Just go sign up for the newsletter, frogpants.club, CLUB, and sign up today. Okay, that's it. Brian?
Not gonna lie. Now the newsletter bug might be hitting me after seeing you, Tom, Justin, Steven.
You should do it. Do a Coverville one. It'd be amazing.
Because I do so many different shows between ANTP and Soundography and FilmSack and this. It's like, all right, I want to direct people to that and the other things that I'm working on.
Yeah,
so
you totally should. I would sign. I would
ready
sign
for another
on.
newsletter in your life, people. Stay tuned.
I will. I will sign up for Brian's Gazette for sure.
Coverville Times, Picayune Gazette, Telegraph, repository.
Yeah. And after the repository, after the show, I'll send you a recommendation on the stuff to use that I really I like a lot. Yeah, it's very good. All
nice. All right, let's get to a request. By the way, speaking of Soundography, brand new episode went up today. It is hair metal from 1981 to 1991. This was the point at which Hammond's and my tastes converged and then separated again into what we liked before and what we like now. So so stick around for that. That'll be cover letter. J.K. Grammar. I kind of like that. The cover letter.
That's not bad.
That's really good. Oh
yeah,
man.
Yeah. Not bad at all.
Might have to give him a little bit of credit on that one. A little bit of a finder's fee.
Give him a byline every week.
Right, exactly. Named by J.K. Grammar. Yep. All right. So anyway, soundography.com if you're into the hair metal, you want to hear us talk about it. Let's talk about a request going out to Ewan, who says, as you play this, I should hopefully be halfway through my first day of work since April of last year. The last 4 years have had some of the best highs, like marrying the love of my life just a few weeks after lose my job because of COVID. We also got a 2 of 1 adopting our fur babies. I request this some as take be good. Request this some as take be good too, but also gives me hope for the future. That's the important part. Hope for the future. Can I get an I see why you like it in honor of Morgan, my wife, how I subject her to TMS on long car journeys?
Of course.
I can definitely see why you like it.
Take that, Morgan.
Text to speech, it's a thing, or speech to text, it's a thing, folks, and it's here to stay. Ewan, I've got a request. The request you had was Hayseed Dixie's cover of Bryan Adams' Summer of '69. Great suggestion, and this is from their album Hair Down to My Grass from 2015. It's a bluegrass cover of Bryan Adams' Summer of '69.
Awesome. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of TMS. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Hey there. The way you breathe is sexy.
Mm.